My mom cheated on my dad with his best friend. It broke him. She married the guy and had the nerve to invite me to the wedding. I cut her off. 8 years later, she sent me a letter begging to talk, and now I'm struggling with whether I should finally hear her out. My mom is 53, and she cheated on my dad, 55, with a good friend of his. It almost broke my father, given that it was a good friend of his that she cheated on him with. I was 19, and now I'm 28. My dad struggled with depression and trust issues for a long time and even cut out his entire social circle of friends. He just locked himself away. I took care of Dad, and he, after therapy, has gotten better and is doing okay now. The last thing I said to Mom was that she was finished with me. It's been around 8 years since I've spoken to Mom. She eventually married Dad's friend. She even had the gall to send me an invite to the wedding. I honestly just remember the hell she put me and Dad through and have no real interest in reconnecting with her whatsoever. But now, she sent me a letter since I have her number blocked, and she is blocked on Facebook along with her husband. I almost wanted to tear it up and just throw it away, but decided to open and read it. Mom just wrote that she has missed a lot in my life and that she was sorry for what she put Dad through and have tried to talk to me many times over the years about it. She asked me to please come to her place and talk, and she made it clear her husband would not be there and it would just be us talking. I'm struggling on what to do and feel like I want to be stubborn like I have been for the last 8 years, where I have pretended she did not exist. I also want to make it clear that Dad has never said a bad word about Mom. All these years he was just depressed and lost faith in his friends and stopped trusting people. The affair had lasted quite a while and right under his nose with Mom and his friend lying to him for many years. After therapy, my dad opened up and managed to deal with it, but I just decided to cut Mom out of my life and move on without her, which was my way of dealing with it. The reason I am considering meeting her is because we never actually had a conversation about it. I never gave her a chance to explain herself, and honestly, just curious to hear what she has to say. Anyways, just me airing some thoughts out, and just can't seem to make up my mind on what to do. Best comments. Maybe now she realized what she had done, but that doesn't mean you have to forgive her. The balls is in your court. If you want to meet and talk with her, go ahead. But if you don't, that's fine as well. You don't owe her anything. She may have been your mother, but after what she put you through, it's understandable you don't want to meet her again. I'd like to add that if OP's mother lied about the affair for years, there is no real reason she is going to start being honest about anything now. Be wary of her story and take everything with a grain of salt if you choose to speak with her. Given she is remarried and still with AP, it's unlikely you could develop much or any connection with her. It's logical to assume she would want to incorporate AP as well eventually. If you want to meet and potentially reconnect, you might want to establish firm boundaries so you can remove them as you see comfortable moving forward. It also might be a good idea to have a mature conversation with Dad before you reach your own decision. You hear his opinion, and then everything is out in the open whatever you decide. I cut my mom off, and she ended up passing away a few years back. I regretted not trying to rebuild things once I was an adult. After she died, I read a diary, and a lot of what she wrote was about how bad she felt about our relationship. Not sure if that helps, but I'd definitely do things differently if I had a shot. Update number 1, 4 days after the first post. Hey, everybody did not expect the first post to garner so much attention, and just wanted to say that I decided to meet with Mom. On the advice of several in here, I decided to meet her at a public place, and it was a nice day. So we went for a walk in the park and just talked. She did warn me in advance that her husband would pick her up after and asked if that was okay, and I said fine, that does not bother me. She made no excuses for what happened and was just sorry, which she kept saying over and over, and I said that I almost did not show, but I'm not here for you, but for me, and she understood that. We sat down at a bench, and I asked her if Dad did anything wrong or was abusive. She denied it and said no. She said just develop feelings for someone else, and it does not justify the years I lied to him. I just said, you lied to us. You lied to me too, not just to him. I also told her how I feel looking back at my teenage years. I've spent quite a bit of time reflecting on them and suddenly remembering things. For example, I remember Dad's friend being at our house when my dad was away. I felt guilty for not noticing or connecting the dots, which I should have done in hindsight. I told her, All these small memories of you and him being very friendly with each other. And like an idiot, I did not connect the dots. I told her that's what I think about when I think back on those years, and like suddenly, many things from that time made sense. I also told her that Dad never said a bad word about her or her husband. He struggled with depression, and there was a time where I feared for his life. You and your husband, his best friend, did this to him, two of the closest people in his life besides me. I, on the other hand, decided to do what I felt was right and cut off all contact with you. And no, Dad did not ask me to do so. I made that decision on my own. Why are you writing me letters? And what do you want from me now? She just said she just wanted to be in my life. I just said you should have thought about that while you were lying through your teeth for 5 years. And to think I actually liked spending time with Dad's friend, him, me, and Dad even went fishing one time and acted like a buddy-buddy to Dad. Just the lies and the deception. How could you manage it for so many years? She had no answer to that. We talked a lot more, most of me berating her, but I let her speak her piece, and once we were done talking, I just said I'm doing fine without you. I just wanted to meet because I wanted closure, and I have gotten it now. My impression is that you're not sorry about this, but you were sorry getting caught. She started to argue and just said no. She was really sorry, and if she could do anything so that we at least could try to have some contact, she would. I just said the only thing that would even make me consider having any contact is for you to make a choice you already made. Either divorce him or stay with him and no contact with me. But I'm not going to force you to make that choice because you already made it. I also said I feel I got what I came for, which was closure, and you wanted to speak your piece. Now you have, and I still don't feel I want to have any contact with you. Just leave me alone. You made your choice, and frankly, am not angry with you. But I also don't want to have any contact with you anymore. I felt like I went too far and acted a little colder than I would like. Anybody who knows me would have said that was out of character for me. She was in tears, and I just told her to live your life, and I will live mine. But I don't want you to be a part of mine. And that was it. No handshake, hug, or anything. I just walked away, and honestly, I feel I made the right call. I remained calm throughout the entire thing. No name calling or anything, but leaving my mom crying was hard and not something I'm proud of. But I honestly wanted her to know why I cut contact, and despite everything, I feel lighter and ready to move on. I know many expected a full meltdown from me if I met her, but it was very calm and no real dramatics. I honestly had been preparing for this conversation for years in my mind. And now she knows where I stand. Best comments. You did good. You heard her out, said your piece, and feel better for it. The best outcome. Not gonna lie, reading about how your teenage years feel tainted was really heartbreaking. She was very affected by that as well. And I did not elaborate too much on that part since I saw how she reacted strongly to it. Like I said, wanted to hear her out and have a conversation, but I did not feel the need to be unusually cruel either. I could have said much worse, but decided against it. It seems you gave her enough to reflect on, and hopefully she now realizes the extent of the damage she did and understands your decision a little better. I want to add, I'm keeping her unblocked on Facebook in case she wants to say anything else. I threw a lot at her, so if she wants to think about things and then have more to say, she will be allowed to do so. I was betrayed by my then fiancé and my then best friend. There's a special place in hell for shit people like this. Stay no contact, OP. Your female bio parent, she stopped being your mom the minute she betrayed her husband and her family with your dad's fake friend. She deserves nothing from you but your continued scorn, derision, and zero contact. Pour your love, care, concern, and familial loyalty into the life of the one who deserves it, the one who is loyal and faithful, your dad.